welcome to King's Hall, a virtual visit for you through the website. We love to have people here in person, of course, but this is going to give you an opportunity to see what goes on through your screen. King's Hall is a school of about 300 children. We have boys, girls, day children, boarders, and of course some of those come from overseas. We value our overseas community highly, and there's a really good chance for you now to see what these children can get up to and what's available to them. Children from the ages of 2 to 13, let's go and have a look. So the academic journey of the child is obviously a key backbone to what goes on here. We have structures in place. They're called assessments, schemes of work, lesson plans. But much more important is your child's development of themselves, their own potential, their excitement about learning. Yes, we have children who end up getting scholarships to their senior schools, but that's because standards and expectations are high. But we don't rest on King's Hall's stats. This is about your child and about their journey, and we want to make sure that they feel as empowered to fulfill their academic potential as possible. It's great that we have these aspirational targets, but it's definitely about an individual journey. So yes, of course, there are lessons going on at school, but we have plenty of other things going on outside of the classroom. Behind me is a board about Saturday morning activities. These are optional. There's no Saturday compulsion. But if you wanted to do an enriching activity like sailing or mountain biking on the Quantox, or archery or CSI investigation, all sorts of things that take a bit longer, then we do those on a Saturday morning. After school every day there's our hobbies program, which includes baking, origami, knitting, extra cricket nets, cross-country running, all sorts of opportunities there. And of course sport is a big part of what we do outside the classroom. We'll see more of the sporting facilities, but the opportunities to get involved in team and individual sports are numerous. So this is one of our academic facilities. There are 3 maths rooms down here. Certainly looks like a school corridor. So 3 maths rooms and a couple of geography rooms we've got on the side here. These used to be science labs, and in a moment I'll show you the other ones. And we've been working hard to develop facilities for the children to learn in. So this is a fairly typical classroom. Classes don't usually get bigger than 20. Most classes are around 16, 17, 18. A place to meet with your tutor as much as anything else, and then the children will go off and have their various subjects. Of course, a lot of the subjects here delivered by specialists, even down as young as nursery, have our director of music helping them, and the younger children get the benefit of the head of modern languages as well. So specialist teaching is an important part of what goes on here. So we've just come from one of the fairly typical classrooms. I think I mentioned that there used to be the science labs. We now have recently built brand new science labs, these much bigger, twice the size labs, because of course the world doesn't stand still and we want the school to keep moving as much as anything. Science in here is fantastic, a lot of practical science. Learning for your child, we want to be fun. They want to be full of discovery, exploration, curiosity, and to be able to have facilities like this with gas on tap, all the equipment, Liebig condensers, Bunsen burners, all of those bits of equipment that allow us to do it properly. It gives us the opportunity for the children to find out for themselves through discovery, rather than sitting in a quiet classroom and us telling them what the answers are. So I hope you get the picture through this even very short virtual visit, that life at King's Hall is about much more than learning to add up or write a creative story. Life outside of the classroom is a really important part, and opportunities to find out about other skills. And here, of course, we have our wonderful cookery school. This is a lesson for life. This is a skill for life. It also makes your sense of time at school as being fun. It's not just about homework. It's about exploring all kinds of other opportunities and skills with your friends, and what could be more fun than learning how to cook and finding out how to cook those favourite dishes of yours. Okay, well, we're very lucky to have such a wonderful sports hall here for a prep school, and the children in their PE lessons in here would do badminton, volleyball, basketball, gymnastics, even trampolining. And of course, we want them to understand not just how to hit a badminton shuttlecock, but a bit more about physical activity. So yes, we spend time talking to them about their bodies, about nutrition, about exercise, not because we want them to become weightlifters of the future, but to be healthy citizens, understanding their own body dynamics. So this links with science lessons with our catering team, and we have sessions on gentle aerobic fitness, a little bit of circuits. We even have a little bit of a gym developing up here. But as I say, an age-appropriate understanding of the physiology. So design technology, another of those wonderful opportunities. Year 3 children and above here in the pre-prep, of course, they're working with various materials, equipment, understanding how they may go together. But here they get to use some of the bigger machines. And we link this in with our science, so STEM activities, science, technology, engineering and maths. We have children exploring extraordinary opportunities here. They get to learn how to manipulate materials, how the tools operate around those materials, and then their imagination can run riot. It's an amazing place for children to come and discover their creativity. So creativity of a different kind here. The art room, we have art here for 3 levels. And again, a lot of life at King's Hall is in 3 levels in my head. There's the compulsory element where everybody has art lessons. Then, as you've seen, there are hobbies that we can do after school. So there's an art hobby. People can explore it for more fun. And then we have a specialist art group. We have a specialist tech group for design technology. And we have a specialist art group as well. So children who want to put together a portfolio and explore higher level artistic talents that they may have, or just their interests, perhaps to put together a portfolio for a scholarship, but simply to explore how good are you at art, how much fun do you want to have with it. So art here is very vibrant, again led by an art specialist, and the chances for you to dive as deep as you like just exist in every single day. So our library here is one of our lovely rooms at the front of the main school. Reading underpins most of your learning. There are lots of studies out there to show that those who are more literate have been more affluent and successful in future life. The aim is to get everybody reading for pleasure. We have a non-fiction library here as well as fiction. We have a librarian, and that's a really important part. It sounds silly, but putting books on shelves is easy. Bringing it to life is the key, and having a librarian with the enthusiasm, the interest, the passion and the creativity to bring the books to the children and to entice them in to read and to explore titles and genres beyond their comfort zone is a really important part of that. So book breakfasts, book clubs, holiday competitions, all sorts of activities come out of the library, well supported by some of our library monitors. The library is a really key focus to our school provision. Music's everywhere in our lives, isn't it? We will listen to music when we're sad, we'll listen to music when we're happy, and it's just filling the background nearly all of the time, even when you go up in a lift. The children here have endless opportunities, as with many other subjects. So our musician here, the head of music, is Mr. DJ, Mr. Deus Jones. So the children enjoy having Mr. DJ as their head of music. Class music lessons, we make sure that everybody gets a good understanding of music. Can everybody read music brilliantly? No, but they are shown how to. In year 2, everybody learns the violin. In year 3, they all learn a woodwind instrument, and in year 4, they all have the opportunity to learn a brass instrument. That is something that we provide for them. So there is a great grounding for them to go on and pursue their instrumental knowledge, as well as collectively. So house music competitions, informal concerts, more formal concerts, visits to the Taunton Music Festival, where usually we're fairly successful, but it's about the taking part and it's the having fun together with your music. One of the things we're very keen to develop in the children, as I say, is so much of this is about life outside of the classroom. It's about who you are and how you feel about yourself. So drama opportunities, just talking in assembly, doing a reading in chapel, and of course, the productions that we put on are very powerful opportunities to develop a sense of confidence. So this little area is year 3 and 4 outdoor play. They come from the pre-prep at the end of year 2, where everything is quite rightly tightly controlled. Year 3 and 4 is a transition into the senior school prep areas. You've got more freedom, more time. You don't have to ask what you have to do all of the time. So giving the children a bit of space, and such lovely outdoor space, is important. So pre-prep, gorgeous beginnings to your time here at King's Hall. Every year we have about a dozen children who leave us, having started their time when they were 2 or 3 years old. So they've spent 11 years with us. It's a wonderful area to come and begin that journey that you're going to have with us, the beginnings of growing. And when you're 2 or 3, who knows what's inside you, but we know that there will be some wonderful things, and we want to help bring that out of every child through the pre-prep here and then on into the prep. Let's find out how amazing you really are. So outdoor space is something that we're hugely blessed with at King's Hall. We've got 50 acres. So here is a cricket field. Boys and girls all play cricket. Past the little wood where the pre-prep is, the sports hall's just over there. And then through here we've got even more. There's no doubt that as a child you have more fun being outside. Think about your own childhood. You had most fun when you were outside, and in fact I bet you had the most fun when you were unsupervised. So we have opportunities here for children to explore the outside, and sport is a big part of that. So there's the field there, and through here we have another one. This glorious space up here overlooks the Quantox. It's a space where we can have a 400-metre track in the summer and some more cricket pitches. It's 5 rugby pitches, it can be football. It's the home of our famous King's Loop, our very own park run. Outdoor spaces galore, and sport for us is a really wonderful way to have fun with your friends. So our outdoor spaces at King's Hall include these lovely mature trees, and being outside, as you've heard me say probably, is a really important part. We think we've got a childhood playground here for children. Sometimes I wonder whether we've lost the art of benign neglect as a society. The chance to give children the opportunity to take risks, but in a safe environment, for them to feel unsupervised, but actually we know the safety net's there. That sort of exploration with your mates, finding out how things go socially, falling out of a friendship, then back into it, all of those things at your own age, exploring that are really important. So to say to a child that this is school, I think is a really great starting point. If you do want them to go into a double French lesson, then they're more likely to do that, having had the joy of being in an environment like this. Learning through play is one of the mantras of the early years framework, but why should you stop learning through play as you get older? Here we have our forest school setting. Forest school's almost everywhere at King's Hall, but here we have a few buildings. You could get lost at King's Hall, go down a tunnel and find your friends and run around and light fires and build dens. But it's not just about having fun necessarily, it's about exploring creative writing. You can get out here. William Blake, for example, was very engaged in nature, and then he wrote some of England's most famous romantic poetry. But coming together as a group outside, learning to interact with each other, exploring the world around you, can also lead to a bit of nature watching, a bit of environmental understanding. Forest School is a really key point of difference here, and we're very proud of what we've done over the last 15, 20 years. So, obviously a swimming pool. We absolutely adore having an outdoor pool, and it gives us wonderful opportunities for boarders and swimming lessons during the summer. We actually open it quite early in March, and then we run it till September. We usually end with a triathlon here at the school site. Swimming in the winter, we use the King's College pool for that, but every child gets the opportunity to swim throughout the year. Of course, being able to swim is an important life-saving mechanism, but just having fun in the pool, whether it be water polo, stroke development, or splashing around having fun, we enjoy having our outdoor pool here.